Oh boy. All right, so this is gonna probably be one of the more triggering subjects that we've covered in a long time, but I also kind of feel like it would be a disservice to you guys if I don't say anything at all, right? So the Mashup Madness event just went live this morning, and I've already claimed my 5,150 Mashup medals for free. That is clearing the full rewards track, this guy right here, and then also completing the bonus track. So you get 3,350 and then 1,800 for free. There's no other medals that you can claim after that unless you spend money, and then you can go to the special offers. Now there's two offers for $20, 6,000 medals a piece, which would be 12,000. There's also a $10 offer for 2 times purchase, 5,200, and then another offer for $4, which would be 1,000 medals as well. So you could get up to 23,350 Mashup medals if you also decide to spend $64. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now, I don't normally tell people how they should spend their currencies in the game. That includes gems or league medals. I just give recommendations. So I'm gonna tell you how things really went down for a lot of players this morning. They saw this skin, the Ghost Queen skin, 4,650 of the Mashup medals, and that left you with probably 500 medals after the fact if you are playing the game for free. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. I mean, I understand it's a cosmetic skin, probably the first free one for a lot of you guys, unless you were playing last year and you got that Pixel King skin for free as well. Here's the thing, there's really no value when it comes to purchasing a cosmetic offer. This is placed here for a reason, to really kind of distract you from all the good stuff that's down below. Now, I've done a lot of math for this video. Like, we actually kind of sat back and we were looking at where could we get the most value for this event overall. Now, keep in mind, within your rewards track, there's also 3 active boosts that you don't normally have if you play Clash of Clans for free. And that would be a 30% less time for training boost, as well as 30% less time to heal your heroes. But if you're doing hero upgrades like me, that really doesn't matter. There's also a 10% research boost, which applies to the troop, spell, pet, and siege machine upgrades. And then there's also a 10% builder boost, which applies to your heroes as well if you're upgrading them. So obviously cheaper hero upgrades, not by a lot, but just enough to really kind of help facilitate the upgrade process, which is something unusual for a lot of free players. Okay, so with those boosts in mind, there's some things within this shop that really stood out to me as really great options. So I'm gonna give you a few options on how things probably went. Option 1 was buy the skin, which was 4,650, and then you had 500 medals remaining. You could buy 2 research potions and then spend the rest on the resource options at the bottom, which would leave you with no medal waste. Now, one of the notes that I didn't put out is that when it comes to the end of this event, you're not going to be able to spend those medals within this option. They're actually going to convert into gold from what I heard, and it's going to be a really bad exchange rate, meaning you're not going to get much gold off of these medals. You might as well just spend them while the event's live. Option 2, and this is actually the one that I'm more than likely going to go with, and that would be buying all 3 of these hero books for 980 Mashup medals. Now, that's going to cost 2,940. I know, it's hero upgrades, but think about it. You have a book that's also in the season pass for free. So technically that's 4 hero books for the month of October. That's a lot of upgrades that we don't get to normally see during the free-to-play process, okay? So just keep that in mind while you're kind of debating that I am making a bad choice. Also, if I go this route, I can buy all 9 of the research potions, and that's gonna cost me 1,980 medals, and then I could finish things off with 230 medals to spend on resources. Really not a big deal because the resource options themselves are only 10 for 10 for 90,000, which is like 900,000 golden elixir. Really not a lot. You can farm that in a couple of minutes, but it also does kind of help out a little bit if you just need to get rid of those medals. Now, this option will leave me with 5 medals left over, so really not a ton of waste, but there is still a little bit of waste. Now, one other option that I wanted to point out for like players that are playing like Town Hall 9 and below, I know you probably went after the skin instead, but hear me out. So if you have a boost active, 10% boost on building upgrades, if you buy all 9 builder potions, which will provide a 9-hour boost for 5,040 medals, it's pretty much all of your medals with only 10 left over, you can make a lot of progress at the lower levels to go a little bit faster on those upgrades and make some serious progress.